big deal.
Really?
People know me.
What is up, everybody? This is Nick Marty with Bearded Bites and Breakdowns. Corey Edwards, I can't answer your phone call right now. Aunt Dabney, my co-host, welcome. How's everything going for you?
Coach, I'm good. Coach, I'm good. Doing some last minute moving, getting home for after workouts. We had the boys out working out. I'll be right. I have my camera up in 1 second. I'm just moving around. Give me a second.
That's fine.
Everything
That's fine.
good.
Yeah. How y'all looking?
They're looking pretty good. You know, I honestly, Coach. Hold on 1 second. Yes. Okay. I love how JJ's got his group looking, man. They're out working early. I mean, just singing the same old song, you know, really deep, kids working hard, blah, 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 blah. I'm not gonna name what the groups. Well, you know what? Let's have a little fun, right, with the show. So
Yeah.
So this year, you know, I talked to the boys and I told them, you know, I would let them look around at some different teams and see what they wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
So it really kind of came down in the end to about 4 opportunities, and that was out of quite a few of them. And we narrowed it down to what essentially was the Eagles, Crystal River, a team called the Stallions. We had Coach Hewitt on here.
Yep.
And I let them. I absolutely let them, you know, kind of check out a little bit of what Corey and Gary were doing. Because it's really not my it's my decision, but you know what I mean. At the end of the day, it's their experience.
And you want your kids to be happy.
Yeah, absolutely. So you know how I am with my guys. I mean, I'm hard on them, but I try to baby them up too, you know, and let them do certain things that, you know, them getting to make a decision right now, whether it was something there, you know, I don't think there was any one of those decisions that could have ended in a negative way as far as just the overall message of the season. But I kind of sat back and I really didn't get a 3-5-2 hasn't started. And like you know, Pop Warner governs all their teams so hard that they really can't legally do anything. So it's hard to get a look or build any early camaraderie or, you know, when certain groups are so far ahead of you in the process.
Yeah.
It's tough. I mean, you remember when we were at Inverness?
Yeah.
You was getting a call every day about somebody wanting to leave and join the team. And, you know.
I do. I remember.
When you're moving early, in the league there I am, Florida Elite, you know, a lot of people are working year round. They're doing flag and 7-on-7 with the kids, but they're, you know, keeping the group working and finding something else to do all year. And I think it's really special when you get a good group. Got a lot of parents that are supportive, but also that sacrifice in a way for their kids to be in a place with so many players, for their kids to work hard. Like JJ moved his staff around some this year. I really, really like the staff, how it's coming together, and they're building it a little different. It's going to be something to see when the season gets kicking.
Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, and I'll tell everybody that, you know, is going to listen to this and watch this.
My guy's in the waiting room, Coach. Bring him in.
I don't see him. He he let me finish my thought though. About JJ and stuff.
Yes, sir.
Listen, that's must see TV right there. Like you got to go see that in person because I'm gonna tell you right now, that's that was a nice, well-oiled machine that y'all had last year. You know,
Yes, sir.
to me, like that's what's up. You know, so
It was tough too because man, last year was a good year and you had so many you had a lot of people, right? That for whatever reason, it seems like the only feedback you get is criticism. And a lot of times we both know we've coached and we've been on the good stick and the bad side of the stick. Some people are just going to choose to do that. And some folks, it was hard for them to give us anything but positivity.
Yeah.
Just because of how the season went, and a old emperor in Rome named Marcus Aurelius was one of the greatest emperors Rome ever had. He might not have been an emperor, he might have been called something else, but he was basically the king. So he paid a man to walk around every day, and when someone gave him a compliment, the guy's job was to whisper in his ear, "You're just a man," to keep him humble. And that's something that it was a careful dance to find that balance between constructive criticism, self-reflection, and all the hype, whether it was either way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, listen, we got a guest tonight. Why don't you introduce him? We're gonna add him in right now.
Yes, sir. For
What's
those
up,
that
guys?
don't know, Coach, what's up, baby?
What's happening? How
Gary?
you guys doing?
Man,
Good.
I'm all right. I can't complain. For those that don't, you know what? I'm not gonna do it. You know how we do it here, man. Hey, Coach Bartell, man, give him a little bit. Just tell him who you are. Don't go too far.
All right, absolutely. Can you guys hear me okay? I'm borrowing my wife's pink Beats, so it's my
Yeah,
first
I
time
hear you
using
good.
them.
Hey, hey, we hear you good. Hey, whoever's playing the music though, we don't want to
let
get
me-
kicked off.
let me
Tell-
walk on.
tell-
hold on. Let
I was
me
gonna
walk on
say,
the other
tell
side.
Corey.
I met Corey up here at Glory Days, so I tried to find a
Oh,
quiet
Lord.
corner. There we
Oh
go.
Lord.
Oh, get him! Hey, get him in the shot.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can find him.
Tell him he don't get away from this.
Let's see if I can find him. Hold on.
If you could get the manager Steve on here, that'd be great too. He could be a sponsor.
Yep.
They said I'm too ugly, Corey. They want you in the shop too.
No, we didn't say that. Now, is he in a high chair next to you, Gary?
Send me a link.
Yeah, he's in a high chair.
Hey, Nick.
It's probably in a booster chair.
Hey, Nick.
Yeah,
Send Corey a link to his phone so he ain't got to move over.
I'll send him a link. I'll send him a
Send
link.
you a link right now. But yeah, so Coach Gary Bartell, been coaching for. Well, actually, I started coaching Little League baseball a long time ago, before my son was born. But really started getting real active year round 3 years ago now. Started with flag football with my boy Corey, and now he's got me roped into basketball starting here soon. So it's just, as you guys know, it's a year-round thing. Never stops.
Yeah, never stops, sir.
But now we do travel flag. I've got a very, very talented 8U team that does travel
Coach,
flag football.
Hold
Yes,
on,
sir.
Coach. Hold on, Coach. You ain't introduced my boys right. You got champs.
What's that?
We don't say they're very talented once they don't want that hardware, Coach. You got some hardware boys over there.
We got some hardware, man. They actually, so this year at Worlds at Disney for the the Flag Football World Championship, they were runner-up in the bronze bracket at Worlds. We got to send Mexico packing, some teams from Rhode Island, New York, a team from Kissimmee that a linebacker from the Giants retired. He's the head coach of it. We fought hard and got all the way to the chip and lost to an extremely talented team from Philly. But it was a good run. And, we've won some other tournaments locally and down at IMG, won the silver bracket championship there. But yeah, man, I mean, I can't speak highly enough about the guys. They thrive. I mean, we just got back from practice now. We do it year round. Even during tackle football, we still meet up on Sundays, and they're committed. The parents are committed, and the coaches are committed. So Coach Darian, Coach Calvin, us three, we're the type that if our son's sick, we're still at practice because they're all our sons at the end of the day. So,
Gary, what started the transition? What transitioned you from? That's a crazy word to use. Pause. I'm sorry, fellas. What got you interested in coaching flag, where you originally started with baseball?
So, it really, truthfully, it started when I started with baseball. That was baseball is actually my background. My father played for the Pittsburgh Pirates. He was a pitcher in 1965, 1966. So
Never
baseball,
knew that.
Yep. So baseball's always he got Tommy or what now they fix with Tommy John or the Tommy John disease or in the tendon in the
Tommy
arm.
John surgery. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So before that was a successful surgery, he got that bad tendon or whatever it is in the arm. So he decided to call it quits, honestly. And he got into restoring cars, and he actually became a county commissioner here in Citrus County for 20 years. Before that, he was a vice mayor. But he was my coach growing up in baseball at flag football, back when there was Nature Coast Flag Football League, back when it was 11-on-11, you could actually block. So he really inspired me to pursue baseball. And before my son was born, I had a married into nephew that wanted to play baseball, and his dad was the coach, and they were talking about the team struggles at night for the first week of practice, and I started talking and giving little tips here and there. And the next thing I know, I was roped to come out to practice and started showing him just little things, and it was history ever since then. Well, I'm getting an echo now that Corey's here.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Corey, you got to put your phone on mute.
My
Corey,
phone on mute?
Yeah,
Oh.
put your phone on mute so it
There we
ain't
go.
causing. There we go.
So anyway,
Rookies.
so football or baseball was a blast. Had a great time. Did that for 4 years, and then life struck pretty hard with having my own son and family and work, and so I stepped away for a little bit from that. And then next thing I know, fast forward 6 years, I get home from work one late night, and my wife Brianna said, "Hey, I signed Brody up for flag football. I think it's one of your friends, Corey Edwards League." And I was like, "Oh, that's gonna be awesome. He's gonna have a great time with it." And she's like, "Yeah, and I signed you up to be head coach." Oh, cool. Okay. So
Corey got you.
he got me good. He got me good. But no, it was destiny. It really was. I've never been so happy and just heart filled since then. With the ups and downs, as you guys know with coaching, man, you got parents that make you love the sport, and you got parents that make you wonder why you're doing it. And but
And then some of us like me who keep y'all in the middle. You know what I mean?
that's right. Yeah, keep us level headed. So, but yeah, no, it's been a great run.
I know my boy had one to chime in right there. I'm sorry, Gary. I know Corey had one to chime in because and Nick, I done gave him some headaches, I think.
Hey, yeah, y'all.
Hey, Nick.
Vice
Second
versa.
time caller, long time listener. So glad to be a part of the show.
No, we got you. I got you on about 4 calls, Coach.
Oh, I love you guys, man.
How
so
you doing
much.
today?
Bro, just living the dream. Up here at Glory Days with my partner Gary, and man, I don't know, just having a good time and enjoying that brief brief couple of seconds you get between seasons, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Hey, so
Well
I'm not
deserved.
gonna say any names. I'm gonna make a statement and we can move on because we got to get back to Gary. But boy, I was just out at a conditioning JJ was having, and boy, it was a quarterback throwing some dots out there to my son. Golly.
Is that where my son went?
I'm not, at
He
privilege to
wouldn't
do
tell
so.
me. He wouldn't tell me. I'm literally at home all day doing basketball rosters, and he used the words, "I'm going to a football thing with my friends." And I said, "What football thing?" My wife wouldn't tell me where. I couldn't figure it out. I'm like, I want to know where he's going. But I knew, he's with family friends, so I knew he was safe no matter
Yeah.
what. But
Well,
so that's where my son was at.
that's my boy now. I got him now. When I see him anytime, that's my baby.
Listen, you know what I love about what we've done with him throughout his whole childhood is people can call it team hopping. They can call it whatever they want. But I've put my son in so many different scenarios and situations and given him opportunities to play with so many different kids that it's always funny to me when I hear something like this. Because, it's just a totally different world, different team, but he goes out and he does this stuff. I mean, he's done it all the way to Gainesville United, to TME. I mean, he's done this outside the county, but it's fun when I get a buddy of mine saying, "Man, your son was out here." What the hell he is? Where the hell is he at?
He's like, I'm trying to get away from that guy. And that guy at home, he makes me go to places.
I swear to God, if you recruit my son from me, I'm going to be really mad.
Well, now hold on. Now y'all know I'm an advocate of it's a household decision because it's a family.
Always. Oh no, listen, my son makes the decisions. My son makes the decisions. He always has, always will. And I think that's been one of the coolest things I've got to do with my own son. Is if he ain't feeling it somewhere, I let him make that decision. It's not about this is where you live or you've played for this team before. No, man, this is about a select 5 to 6 years that he gets to enjoy himself being a kid and having fun playing football. So if he's having a good time, honestly, that's all I care about. I just want him to be where he's going to be like comfortable and having fun with friends,
So before we turn this into a Ant Recruit and Brody and Debbie show, okay. Let me throw this one and then we're gonna get back on topic. Now don't walk too far out in that water court and then depending on where the kids pick, then I'm knocking at your door every day. We're gonna leave that alone now though. I'm gonna leave it alone now. I'm gonna leave it alone. Gary, we gotta get back to Big G because if not, we'll be here all night. Because see, I could spend 2 hours just interviewing Gary, but we got some important stuff to talk about tonight.
Oh yeah, this is way above my pay grade.
Oh no. You're the right person to have here because I'm gonna tell y'all, we gonna dive into it. Gary, I'm sorry for bouncing around like this.
No, man, don't be sorry.
It's important. A lot of I don't want to say this with any negative connotations, but a lot of more casual citizens don't really understand what's going on with the park, and we want to know. I called Gary the other day, Corey. I've called you before. I've called Nick. I try to catch up because I'm an advocate that we absolutely need it. The kids need it. It's crazy that every county in every direction finds some way to get it done, and our kids don't have it. And we have such great kids. We really do in our area have the ability to, if they let go of some of the traditional ways that they've structured things, I think the kids have an ability to see that they're a lot better than they think as they get older, and it would kind of help with that drop off that we have between us and the surrounding counties with college level talent.
That's a good point.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, I think honestly though, it's not really just our county. I really do think it's statewide, man. Because even my buddy at Spring Hill is struggling. Marion County, my buddies are struggling. It's a struggle, I think, all around.
Now, is it a struggle for field space, or do they just not have facilities in their county?
So honestly, that's where honestly that's where I disagree with Corey though. It's actually, Corey and I spent a lot of time driving around to different facilities. Spring Hill's worst parks double our best park.
You're right.
And size
For field
and
space,
grass. Yeah, field
But they,
space and
but look at
parking.
Spring Hill NFL Flag. They got kicked out twice in the last 3 years of their park because of not enough space. You know,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
No,
I
for
mean
sure.
it happens.
And the way I look at it is it's a lot like I don't know if you guys know this, but a yellow belly slider turtle will only grow to its length or its size of its habitat. And that's how I feel about sports here in Citrus County. We have a lot of big ballers here that, as far as, Nick and Corey, Vince, so many different people in Citrus County that do a lot for youth sports and bring a lot of athletes and training. Jordan from Spring Hill comes to Citrus County, but we've outgrown our environment, and it's not allowing us to grow any bigger. And Ann, you brought up a big point, earlier about, colleges and the big time is looking at that stuff, the environment. That's why so many different people come out of Miami-Dade and, across all the big counties. Marion County has made a big dent, but if you go to Marion County, they've got some incredible complexes there. They really do.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so especially the newest one. They just put turf field down all the way on
Did you see
Ocala
it?
Rotary.
Did you see it? Ooh.
Yep. I mean, it's just phenomenal, But look how much bigger they are than us, and look how much it took, to what point it took them to even get to that. I mean, they're quadruple the size
I
of
think
us.
now I'm gonna tell you this is the thing. Now their size is bigger, and they do have a bigger population, but it's not like when you really ride around and look, and you guys all know what I mean. Especially since COVID, the numbers
Yeah.
are through the roof.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nick, Corey, you guys were both there. We were all arguing the same thing at Pop Warner, that the rules in place were restrictive, and the rules in place
Yeah.
were going to lead to
Outdated.
absolutely better word. Thank you.
Yeah.
They were just bad policy decisions, and it was stacking bad administrative decision on bad administrative decision. And me and Corey had this talk 4 years ago, I think, in his yard one day about, what could you do to fix it? And I sat there probably for an hour trying to, jive around how, and I remember Corey said, Ant, they're going to make everybody go play somewhere else. And to get a good look, that's what they did ultimately. It's sad because the truth in it is there's lots of good football right here. Tons of good football right here. And I just think that giving the kids an opportunity to have somewhere to play or practice, just more places. If you hear so many people saying we need more space, we need more room. It's one of those things for me as a everyday citizen. I don't know the commissioners. I don't understand the political process at all. So nobody please put me on the black
It's mostly
ball
paperwork.
Well,
It's more paperwork than it is political. Let me tell you that much.
Yeah, like
So what
Gary,
do you mean by that? Because I was lost the other day. I saw when you posted on Facebook, and all our viewers might not get to see that, but I saw when you posted, the county commissioner meeting was a success, and I watched it, and I'm like, man, I don't think, to a casual person, it was like, that didn't sound like that was good. And you
It's
could ask,
Gary's fault. Gary's got me into politics, man. It's like I don't watch Maury or Jerry Springer anymore. I watch the Citrus County Board of County Commissioners meetings. So there really is a storyline from like every meeting to meeting. And I'm telling you, it's Gary got me into this thing. And I'm watching this last county commissioners meeting, and I'm just like dying laughing because I actually understand what they're talking about and like what led up to this vote and why this vote was so important and big. And then to like think that the vote would never pass because you're like, oh, this person's definitely going to be in this person's pocket. This person's going to do that. And then to watch it pass and Gary tell me why it's passing. I mean, it's like, it was pretty dramatic filled, and I might be a nerd with it now, but it's Gary's fault.
So,
Gary, why don't you explain to us, for us that aren't all into the politics and all that stuff, break it down for us. What
Layman's
was
term.
good about this? What was
Yes.
good about this whole
so
thing?
so we're talking about Betts Farm. So Betts Farm is a 350 acre property that's over there by Citrus Avenue, Turkey Oak, that area. A very environmental sensitive area, especially when it comes to flooding. The reason being is because of all the surrounding neighborhoods that already suffer from flooding. And with the more impervious surface that's added on the west side of 19, the expansion of the widening of US 19, the expansion of the turn or not turnpike 589,
Suncoast.
all the 40, all the construction. More and more people are going to suffer from flooding. The best way to put it is I call it the kiddie pool effect. You take one of those blue kiddie pools that we get for $14.99 up at Walmart, and you fill that thing up to the rim all the way up. You take a cinder block and you put it inside that pool. What happens? The water crests. It goes over. You add another brick. It keeps going over. So the more impervious surface that we add, the more flooding that we're going to have. It's inevitable. So that that property over there was originally donated to Citrus County government in 2003 by the Tamposi family for the purpose of conservation and, and potential recreational areas. There was nothing set in stone. There was a lot of Will Wilson brought a plan to add a complex there. I'll be honest with you guys, it's not the right area. It's not the right property for a complex. We need turf fields. So we need turf fields in Citrus County. We really do. And right now is the best example with the drought that we're in. The county is really limited on what they can do for the irrigation side to maintain. We just got back from Lecanto Fields. It's not even exaggerating. It's 80% dirt and sand, 20%, actually 15% grass, 5% molehills. And that's
It's less
countywide.
grass. It's less grass. It's only 8% grass that got that they were saying at Parks and Rec. No, really, they had a study done. It was all of our parks in Citrus County are only 8% grass. The turf it's supposed to be. The rest is weeds and other stuff.
So to have a proper complex, you're gonna need turf, on the fields for the multi-purpose fields. Baseball fields, you can get away with the traditional grass, but then you have the clay. All right, so clay and turf, artificial turf, is what they call 100% impervious surface. That's impervious is if water can the water can soak into a ground. So concrete 100%, asphalt 100%. Things like mulch and limestone 57 rock. I think it's like 30% for mulch and 60% for limestone rock. But anyway, in order to build a complex, you need impervious surface, sidewalks, parking lot, bathrooms. So no matter what we do on that property, whatever the county is ultimately going to do, the last thing that places like Copeland Park especially, and I highlight that one because after the last hurricane, I spent a lot of time in Copeland ripping out drywall, and that was first time ever for almost every house I went into for flooding. So that property needs to be left for conservation. If they want to add a small park or a nature trail, that's one thing. But as far as a park, it's not suited for that much impervious surface. It really isn't. We need to start focusing on east of 19 to add that type of stuff, or we're just gonna, we're dealing bad cards at that point. So. Anyway, 2003, it was donated to the county for recreational park or conservation. It was accepted for a long time. It just sat there. About 6 years ago, the county came together and decided that they want to put it in a I forget the exact term, but basically in a list of property owned or county owned properties that they could sell. And one of the
Kind of
goals,
like a trust.
yeah,
Kinda
kind of
like a
like
tru-
it's like an
Kind of like
asset,
a
but
trust.
it's
Yeah.
something
And
that
now,
they can sell and make some money. And they were going to use a lot of the proceeds to build this animal shelter. So they it was pretty much across the board. The county commissioners we had back then voted for it. Well, that's when what Citrus County is notorious for, and I call it the good old boy system. When that type of stuff goes into play, there's a certain circle that we have in Citrus County that gets first dibs at all these real unique opportunities. And the good old boy system, one of the big developers in that system, and the realtor, and a good old boy realtor, got to
Hold on.
sell the.
G, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Excuse me, G, I'm sorry. I got a disclosure. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm just
listen.
Don't do that to him.
Ant,
Don't do that to him.
Ant. Sometimes we can't keep our we can't be censored, brother. Here's
I'm
the
not
thing.
trying to
Here's
censor him.
no.
Gary, my
I know.
boy, you know, we cool, so I don't,
You don't want,
y'all know
I know.
I'm a black sheep. No racial
Well,
pun intended.
Before he continues with it, let me ask you guys this. You guys are all familiar with Turkey Oak. I mean, we all know Turkey Oak. Could
We
you
all
imagine?
know about Turkey Oak, yeah.
Can we all imagine 1,300 more homes? Let's just say there's a 1.5 car ratio per home. Could you imagine over 2,000 more cars on that road, or even in that on that stretch of town?
Listen,
that makes no sense. We can't even fix the roads we have.
Well, you know, that's the other thing. You know, it took how many years to do 19, you know, and to get it, not to get off track though. But you know, like Gary, I know what you're talking about because you know, I used to be a vendor and we used to call a certain you know, grocery store from Florida. They used to have the good old boy network, you know, when it came to promoting people and all that stuff. So we all know it's a good old boy network when it comes to a lot of things. A lot of things are politics and everything like that. You know, we all know about Will Wilson and Mike Hampton. Back in the day, they were gonna, you know, try to, you know, they had the blueprints and everything like that. Shout out to Big Will for always trying to do good for this community. You know, Citrus Sports and Apparel. Go get your apparel. Will, checks in the mail, right? You're probably not watching though.
How much was that spot for?
I don't know, but we'll figure it out. We'll talk. But you know, the thing about it is like they denied it, you know, and it was going to be funded. It was going to be privately funded, right, Gary?
Yeah.
Which one's that?
The baseball
Mike
complex.
Hampton.
Let me
Mike
talk
Hampton
about it because I was a Crystal River Pirate. Mike was gonna put. I mean, the rumor back then was it was $9 million. I don't know how, you know, I don't know the numbers honestly behind it, but Mike was gonna seriously upgrade the baseball facilities and fields at Crystal River. So they bitched and moaned and said, "Oh well, you can't do it if you don't upgrade softball." So he said, "Fuck it, I'll do both of them." Excuse my language. I'm sorry. But then after he says he'll do both of them, the county stopped him from doing it. And
so yes and no. So to be honest with you guys, yes, I would love to have that complex. It would be awesome. The plan was not there. What they were trying to do, now that was Brent Hall and Mike Hampton.
That's my boy now.
Yeah. The Will Wilson thing, that one was separate. Will Wilson, you know, came back to the plate later on. I think it was like 10 years ago or so. Mike Hampton, that was, I don't even know, 20 years maybe.
That one was
a little more complicated. it's a lot more complicated than what was being said on, or what's always being said on social media as we talk about sports complexes. They were basically wanting the school board and the county government to basically merge together to manage it. The grounds, they wanted to do all this stuff. Corey will tell you one of the biggest issues that we ran into as we started trying to lobby the county into getting a complex is the maintenance portion of it. So we're coming up with a whole separate funding portion that's going to be a self maintenance maintained property. And we have a lot of great things going on with the Citrus County grounds right now with the new guy that came in, Chris. But I'll be honest with you, go look at our current parks. So that they're not doing the due diligence for what we had currently. And remind you, back then we had the same parks. There's only been one park added since then, Central Citrus. One park since back then. So there was a lot more to that whole Mike Hampton thing. I've reached out to Mike Hampton recently to see if he wants to come back to the table and see if he can help us with this plan that we have moving forward. But basically that was somebody saying, here's some money. Now you guys manage the process, but we want you and the school board to work together, which doesn't happen in county government or in any government. Those are two separate entities completely. So, right. And then there was talks added in about a restaurant and bar. So that's where things got real complicated.
All right, now let me ask you a question. Gary, let me hold you up right there.
Yeah.
I had so many questions, Kristen. I'm going to start right here. I understand that's not how government and the entities work, but I also think in a way that was two groups of adults who had an opportunity to come together and figure out an imaginative way to bring about a really good experience for the kids of the community, and they dropped the ball. No disrespect to them. I know that it's hard to make things work. We're Stebby's 11 this year. Me and Corey have talked about getting all the kids on one team, and at times have tried and been forced not to do that. And they're going on 12U, so I totally understand. Sometimes it takes time.
I think in the government, it's like cover your own ass and it's just CYA, man. And it seems like we as normal people will sit here and say that's something that they should have worked out. I mean, come on. Like we are residents of Citrus County. If it can happen, let's figure it out. That's the most important thing, is people just figuring things out and working together. But you do not see that in politics. You don't see that within the school district and the parks. It's not like that. It really is a bunch of CYA and an extra work. So everyone stays in their own lane. And I think that's the problem.
Is the proper term in politics when they say somebody's got to go across the hallway or something like that? They got to go across the median.
Yeah, it's just those hallways are longer than you think, and it seems like they don't really do that too much. Everyone stays in their own lane. I think that's the biggest problem. We need more real. In politics these days. People that don't take no for an answer. You know what? Dude, this Legends wouldn't be crap if I took no for an answer. You know how many times I get told no on just parks and field usage? I get told no like 120 times, but I'm so annoying and persistent that we just keep coming and asking. We keep figuring it out.
Yeah.
That's the key word. Figure it out.
And I'm a realist, right? So, guys, I hate to break this to y'all, but that's never going to happen with government. It truly isn't. What can happen is people like all of us that steps in and gets this stuff done on the back end. A lot of people ask me, why don't you run for county commissioner and yada yada? Because you're only one of 5 votes at that point as a county commissioner. You still have staff. You still have county attorneys. You still have state mandates. You're actually more powerful of a figure as a as a basically as a lobbyist, somebody that's going to go to bat and do the work. I mean, we've done for this new park that we're trying to or that we're moving forward with it actually, but this new park off of Homosassa Trail, I went out and found the surveys for it. Corey and I did the studies that they're spending money to do these studies, which we already did, but because we weren't certified, they can't accept it. But you know what that stuff did is it showed one county commissioner, Diana Finnegan, which honestly, dude, all the credit in the world to her because she takes this stuff, runs with it, and she follows through with it. But also the county administrator, Steve Howard, and Eric Head from the county, because we did this back end work and stayed on top of them and put it in their laps, then it went to the board for a vote to do the studies again, basically. But and it's moving forward. So that's what I was talking about earlier.
You're
is
right.
When if somebody puts down a bunch of money and says, "Hey, I want a park," it's not that easy, and it's not going to happen. You really have to do the work for them to get things moving forward. Is it
It's the
going to
most
move
powerful
fast?
aspect of it.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, and
It's the people.
government will never change. Government's the same way as it was day one as it is to now. Doesn't matter who's there. That part is important though. Who is there?
Yeah.
But again, you have to have 3 votes in Citrus County to get something to move forward. It doesn't take 1 commissioner, it takes 3. At the Betts Farm meeting, you could hear 2 of those county commissioners that wanted to vote no to cancel the development contract. You could hear 2 of them blatantly say that they wanted to vote no, but they were going to vote yes because elections are coming up. And they knew that it would have killed their election. Then you heard 1 commissioner basically just completely sell out to developers like he does every commission meeting. And he voted yes, and he was told everybody up front he was going to vote yes, or he was going to vote no to cancel it. And then you had 2 commissioners that told everybody that it needed to be canceled. It wasn't right for our community. They heard the people. So there you had 2 people on what I'm going to say the good side. You had 2 people in yellow, and you had 1 in red. We need to get 3 on the good side. But guess what? They're not going to agree on everything, and that's why it takes 5.
Let me stop you. Let me stop you there for a second, Gary, because here's the thing about it too is, like you just said, like you had 2 that were kind of in the yellow and everything. They were kind of in between, and to me, like you shouldn't just go ahead and make a decision just because, I want to get my voters, because I want to be reelected. No, it should be you're going to make the right damn decision for everybody in this county, including yourself as a county commissioner, because the fact that you represent us, you're like a piece of us, and that's how it should be. Unfortunately, when it comes to this situation is, and I hate politics, man. My dad will sit there and just yap at me about
That's why
politics.
so many people hate politics.
And I'm just like, Dad, I really don't care because no matter what, everybody's hands are dirty,
Yeah.
And to me, like you can't find an honest politician because they all got their hands in the cookie jar, and that's
for
a
county
fact.
commissioner then.
A lot
Sound like
of us,
I'll be the most
a
obvious
lot
one.
of us, a lot of us sit back and we say, this is so obvious. It's so damn obvious. But man, I mean, it never seems that obvious to the vote, the people that actually vote,
Yeah.
And that's what kills me. Too many things are so obvious, and you just see these votes go the opposite way, and you have to really scratch your head. Like, all right, are you voting for us or are you voting for you? And usually they don't vote for us until they're up for re-election.
Well, here's the other problem.
Tough thing to
Corey.
say, but I mean, why does it seem that way?
But here's the other problem. We all like the problem is too is when they hold these meetings, they hold them during the day when people that actually have to work for a living aren't able to attend, okay? And the hardworking man and women don't get to actually attend these meetings. They should be held later in the evening
Yeah.
They should be on our time, not on
In
theirs.
their
not
defense,
on
these
their
meetings are
bank
long.
hours.
In their defense, these meetings are long, and a lot of the stuff that we like are like most like popular. You typically see a lot of that towards the end of the meeting, but these meetings are like 6 to 8 hours long sometimes. I've sat in it's bad.
Listen, I understand that, but you know what? To me, like it should be like two things at each meeting or something like that. I understand they're trying to get
like
everything
more smaller
going.
size meetings.
Yes,
Yeah.
because to me, like for us working class people that work every day, that have to wake up, go to work, don't have time to actually go there and actually, root through all the stupid stuff that comes up, and I get it. Some of the stuff might be important to some people, but like, do I really care about a dog park?
Yeah.
I don't have a dog. Even if I had a dog, I'm not going to take my dog to the dog park. Okay.
Yeah.
I really don't care. I don't have a boat. Do I care about the boat ramp? No, I don't care about a boat ramp. That's not my problem. If you
Anybody
don't wanna pay the
watching that
fees-
likes to go to the dog park or likes to go to the boat ramp, me and Nick don't have the same views. Don't be mad at the show.
Listen,
So-
my views are only my views. They're not Ant's views. Okay, he made me my co-host and my partner, but he don't have the same views. It's okay. He likes a crappy team up north, anyways.
So do you guys remember during COVID, WWE, when all the faces from the fans were on the screen?
Yes.
That's how I envision county commissions being, where you can log in at any point, just like we are right now, and you can get your say on the screen. That
would be something. That would be amazing, actually.
But back to your point. So I'm the same way. With my job, getting to a meeting between 1 and 5 o'clock is like next to impossible. So that Betts Farm, as passionate as I was, not only did I send my emails. By the way, when you send an email to a county commissioner to oppose or say I'm for this, always send it to them individually. When you send it to them collectively, they actually by law can ignore that email, and because there's a sunshine law where all the county commissioners can't communicate prior to something. So if you go to send in something, make sure you send it individually to each commissioner. So I did that, but then I took it to the next level, went to social media. Hey, this is what's happening. If you guys are for this or if you oppose it, get your voice heard, because those meetings are next to impossible to make. They really are. And they're always small attendance. I mean, if you have 20 people there, that's a big meeting for them.
Well, it's just like voting, though. Voting around here, I think it's there's only like 20% or so that actually make it to the polls, when it comes to voting in this county. But hey, we want to make a difference, but, how about let's put up or shut up,
Yep.
You show out and actually, do your thing,
People are only interested when it affects them, man.
But they don't. Sometimes they don't even know that, though, Corey.
You're right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're not interested.
Right.
There's something that pertains to their life.
Earlier, do you think maybe even in a place as small as this, the power of certain donors and campaign contributors maybe overwhelm certain political figures to not necessarily have to pitch their message as much or even have to be, working in the best interest of the everyday person?
Absolutely.
I think it's a possibility for sure. I mean, you see a lot, but then there's also examples of the opposite. Look at Janet Barrett. So you guys ever seen her on there? Listen, I'm starting to become a fan. She had no donors. I know. I had to do my research first, though. No donors, and this is just this little sweet old lady that says it like it is. I mean, you could put her on this podcast, and she would probably say it like it is. I mean, she is so perfect for what you think the human, like the normal person would say, right? And she had 0 donors, and she beat out someone that was Gary. How many? I mean, they were in there for a while.
Well, actually, Ruthie only served 1 term, but there's a reason.
Oh, it was only 1 term. Okay.
It was only 1 term, but her election, she raised it was like $80,000.
Yeah, and this 0.
Oh, lost him. He's probably getting a phone call.
I can see him over there
Like,
cussing to himself right now.
yeah, so someone is telling him, get off the phone, otherwise we're not donating to you. We're not donating. We're cutting your funds. We're cutting your funds. We're gonna take your parks away if you don't get off of this subject.
No, it's a cruel system. It truly is. But it takes a community. It really truly does, and we can vote for the right people. We can do our homework. I think that just like Pop Warner, I think that Citrus County needs to get with the times and starts publishing a lot of what that's going to be discussed on the agenda on social media. That's going to give, it's difficult to get on there and find exactly what they're discussing when they're discussing it. It's not easy, and I don't know if it's meant to be that way or if they're just not in the times.
Well,
Do they have the
it's
staffing?
Oh yeah, they're overstaffed.
Like when you say, maybe the parks aren't to the level they were back in the day, or maybe they just could be a little better, right? Is that? I mean, do they really have the staff to go? People are messy. You guys all have been administrators in league. You know what it's like to have to stay behind everybody 3 hours because you're picking up the trash up under the bleachers. It's tough.
It sucks, but
Yeah.
you know what? We get it done. We get the trash picked up.
Yeah, you're right.
It's
I'll
not
walk those
staffing.
streets with that trash picker upper. I'm telling you, hours.
End of the day, and it's leadership on a staff level. So a lot of that's been corrected recently. Actually, thanks to Corey's sad, sappy Facebook video that he did last year. I don't know if you guys remember that at the Lecanto Fields, and some little girl almost getting hit in the head with a softball because the county was letting softball and flag football play right next to each other, and there's a big thing going on. But that's what brought all of this up, and was safety, and it's still happening. But they are making strides. They truly are. But it comes down to leadership.
Hold on. Before you cause me like 20 messages and emails, it wasn't softball. I love softball out there, and I have always said that, like cold-heartedly. Like I want softball out there. It was an adult hitting fly balls into the outfield that caused it. Those little girls were not hitting into the outfield, and I will always say softball needs to be out there. We just can't have adults hitting pop flies into the outfield unless they like communicate like, hey, I need center field, left field, or right field to work out some outfield. Then we move our teams, but
that's what we did.
yeah,
That's what we
I don't
did at
want people
Storm.
thinking I don't want softball out there.
No.
I want softball out there.
But what I said though, it wasn't softball, it wasn't flag football, it was leadership. That was back then, and that position has changed. Leadership was putting those two entities on the same field at the same time, which shouldn't have happened. But now with the new leadership that Citrus County has, they're having us attend meetings together. We actually have a meeting tomorrow night, all the multi-use field organizations, where we've been sitting at this round table. The first meeting was a little rough, but you know what? We actually became friends with a lot of soccer organizations, and soccer organizations said, hey, you know what? We have this corner that we never use over here, and that's what should have happened 10, 15 years ago. So it comes down to leadership. There's a lot of people that's going to turn their heads when parents start raising concerns, and there's a lot of leaders that'll take it on the jaw, and like they should, and then they can set up their next move from there.
So Gary, let me ask you this: where do you think would be a great place to place a sports complex at, and like what's your goal on trying to help get this moving forward where it actually has legs to stand on?
The perfect place for location is Four Corners in Lecanto, right in the middle of the county, easy access for all four corners. That's the ideal spot. But it's easier said than done. You know, there's no space there. We've looked very hard. There's no space there that we can easily get, or even with a little bit of strength get. A property that we can get that's county owned, and that what's it's actually in the movement is towards the end of Homosassa Trail, closer
Hmm.
to 44 than 19, and you know where Anson's Nursery is.
Yes.
Okay, so back there behind Anson's Nursery, it's actually 45 acres, all uplands. I want to say it's like 90-foot elevation right there, so no issues with flooding. And it's just sitting there, and the taxpayers already own it. Um, so that's a good spot, especially with the parkway where it dumps off. It's right around the corner.
Hmm.
So for big tournaments, we could start driving a lot of the local economy
Yeah.
by doing something like this. And that was actually um, that was one of our big bullet points to Diana Finnegan when we brought this to her attention is, hey, we don't only want a park for kids to play and be safe and have something new and proud to, something to have here that we can be proud of. We also want to bring something in that can make this county money and doesn't abuse manatees or isn't, an asphalt plant. Tournaments, whether it's softball, baseball, flag football, tackle football, sevens, it's on the rise. It's
Hmm.
proven data, and but we do not have a facility in Citrus County that can accommodate it. So I think
No,
that's
it's
a great spot right there.
no, you're right. It's like at Whispering Pines, it overflows, and it doesn't help that, they're, trying to do a RV park in the back and
Yeah,
everything like that, that doesn't help things. That just makes things worse.
yeah,
And to me, you're taking space away from kids. And, the fact that you have Crystal River, it's just it kind of outgrown itself, and then
What
you
up?
got Central Citrus where the parking, they need to expand the parking. When you got soccer and baseball going on, it's just not enough. And then you got people that do disc golf, so and that's a popular sport over in that park. So you got a lot of you don't have enough parking for everything. Go ahead,
yeah.
Ant.
Oh, I just didn't too much appreciate you saying Chris River outgrew itself. It's getting better every year, baby.
Oh my goodness.
But
Put
you
your
don't
Homer
see.
flag away.
Hey, I'm just saying. I kind of it's like this, right? So double-edged sword. The county is stopping developers from adding houses, and I'll agree, being from that area, to add a lot of house in there is going to increase flooding. Um, but then to say you're taking space away from kids for people to give the county money to put an RV park, I mean, I think the development through impact fees and different things like that would add more money to the county than the RV park.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta go up 19 though. I don't think you can really do it. Like in that one last spot we were talking about Turkey Oak, that ain't the right spot. I think you gotta go up towards down 19. Keep building there. Because if you look at the school system, the way it's built right now, a lot of Chris River schools are being, let's say a population of the Chris River schools are being like high school and middle school from Citrus Springs. So, I think there has to be a plan probably coming with a high school in that area soon. So if you do that, that's going to like basically dismantle the population of Chris River Middle School and High School. So
Mhm.
if you're going to add developments, why don't you look up and down 19? I mean, probably over there towards the Chris River High, the Chris River Mall, rest in peace, towards the manor. You got to put developments that way. Don't put them right there in the middle of freaking town. It makes no sense.
There
No.
there needs to be a balance. You know, of all the countywide issues right now, some of the main focus points, fields, not enough field space for kids, right? Boat ramps. There's a big boat ramp issue where boat ramps are getting clustered. Now they're kicking out privately owned charters from using boat ramps to run their business. Um, then you have the roads. You have schools, space in classrooms. Then you have jobs. It's hard to listen. I've posted a job opportunity many times over the last 2 years, and it's difficult to get somebody. So now we're wanting to add more development to cause to that chaos. So Citrus County has always been very known for being reactive over proactive. We need to get caught up on our infrastructure and what our needs are right now. And then there needs to be a master plan recreated for what the next 30 years needs to look like. So, listen, just because they denied one development doesn't mean, and actually they have approved, I don't even know what it was, like 60 something developments over the last 2 years, a large scale developments, so they don't have to say yes to everything. It's okay to say no. The RV parks are just out of control. And you drive through any of them, they're all at 30% capacity. So
Just about to say I don't like kids by the RV park. No disrespect to anybody who's just traveling, but it just
Completely
okay. So
agree.
it's like it tends to make me think of dangerous situations. I mean, that's just like if a development is more right off the highway. I don't know. Nowadays, a person do something crazy and jump on the highway and be gone. As opposed to being a little more in a enclosed. But there is a lot of places up 495. There's a lot of places down 19 more. I think they could put a lot more places in.
I think 19's the best spot, man. You gotta build up 19. I mean, that road goes for years. I mean, it connects all the Suncoast. Start building up 19. That's what we need. Probably would have never lost them all if we did.
I was gonna say, I think we need to start building up our current needs, and then really start. Like I said, there's a master plan out there now, and then the other thing is too, whenever there's a land use change, that's when I get involved. There's property there is a master plan, by the way, for Citrus County, and they do update. I think it's like every 5 years. But all these land use changes when they're changing properties from residential to commercial, or conservation to mass development. That's when I get involved, because there's a reason why that property was zoned the way it was. So that's they're trying to just outgrow what we have, but they're doing it backwards, in my opinion.
Where would the average person find that master plan to look at, or to listen to the meeting or read online?
Yeah, so for the master plan, there's a if you Google Citrus County GIS, that's got a lot of really cool data in it. It's got your master comp plans. It has you can search property records. You can search court records pertaining to properties. You can search, old historical satellite imagery. It's got everything on it. So that's Citrus County GIS. If you Google Citrus County BOCC agenda, that's usually what I search for. That's where you can find the next agenda item. Citrus County also just updated their website. I'm pretty sure it's citrusbocc.com or bocc.gov, one of the two. But that has like all the meeting minutes. It has links to YouTube videos of the past meetings, and you can actually watch a county commission meeting live as well through that same website. So, but I use Citrus County GIS for all like past search records, and if I'm researching something, that's what I use. And then I just always end up Googling Citrus County BOCC agenda, and I find the most current agenda. and it's pretty interactive too. That's where I usually hit the live button to watch the meetings live.
Okay. I gotta definitely check that out. Now back to this park. Now let's talk some fun stuff. So give some of the regular people the vision. When you say a park that could host tournaments and bring people from out of town in, what are we talking about?
So the base of the park would be for our current needs for recreational. Everything starts with recreation, for within the county. But to make sense for tax-paying citizens, because at the end of the day, guys, anything new county owned cost all of us money in our taxes. So for the support needed to get this done, um, i.e., the retired folks, we have to make it make sense for them. So if we bring in these, if we build a complex that can host tournaments, whether, like I said, softball, baseball, football, soccer, then we're bringing in money to our local economy. So when people come to Citrus County, you've been to a lot of tournaments. When you go to a tournament in Bradenton, what do you do? Do you drive there one day and come back, or do you rent an Airbnb, a hotel? Do you go out to dinner? Do you go to the arcade, go do fun things? That's what we do. Listen, my wife and I have already came to terms that our only family vacations that we get from this point forward is whenever our team has a tournament out of town.
I only go to
Um,
tournaments in vacation towns.
Oh,
yeah,
y'all
yeah,
lost me.
exactly.
Y'all just lost me. Y'all lost me, coach. Y'all know
I
I love
that's
my
all I
kids,
do.
but
I
that ain't.
won't go to a tournament in the middle of nowhere. I just won't. I just don't do it. I literally get like maybe like 2 seconds like a month of free time, and it's usually because of a tournament. So if I go to a tournament, it's usually because I know that I can go have a little bit of fun between games or on the day after or before.
So, but to answer your question, what I'm pretty sure the question was is, the tournaments is just a bonus, you know, to stimulate the park, basically,
Mhm.
to bring in money to the local economy. The business owners here. If you're a bartender, work at a hotel, something has to pay those bills. So this is just an add-on. It's a bonus. That's secondary though. The first place of business for that park is going to be the recreational teams and leagues in Citrus County because we need it. And to take stress off of these other fields. These other fields have the potential, but they need rest. They need time to get the maintenance done. Because
Yeah.
that's where I do like the county's approach. If they want to do a whole overhaul on, let's say, Corey, what's the name of the park that we just had our season at? Harp. If they want to do a
Yeah.
whole overhaul of Harp to make that park right, and I'm talking bathrooms, concessions, parking, the field, obviously the grass, the drainage issues. If they want to do a whole overhaul, they need at least a year or two for nobody playing on that. So you're
More.
kicking out soccer, you're
Yeah.
kicking out competitive soccer, you're kicking out flag football. The it's we need another space that we can start rotating fields basically.
And it's got to be done. It's got to be done the right way. If you look at Harp and Central Ridge District Park, believe it or not, both of those parks are only half built.
Yeah.
That's really sad. I think that Central Ridge District Park was actually already paid for to be finished building. And when COVID hit, the money magically disappeared. We still to this day have no idea where that money went. But that park was supposed to be finished, and it's
I can
still
tell
only
you what.
half built.
Wait a
Yeah.
minute. Wait a minute.
Yep.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I ain't the smartest person in the world, so I'm gonna ask this question because I thought you just said the entire project was paid for, but it's 50% done.
So when all these parks, when Harp and I don't know, I can't speak for Holden because I don't think that one's half built. But Central Ridge District Park and Harp are only half built. We have the master plans of what the parks were supposed to be. That's why when you go to these parks, you see where the concession stands at. That's actually the middle point of the park. On the other side of the concession stand is supposed to be the same exact thing, but it never got done. And that's the saddest part of our park system currently over the last 30 years
Oh
is
no.
we start these
Hold
beautiful
on.
plans and never finish.
No. Coach, I'm gonna be honest with you. I ain't getting no love in the politics anyway, so let's talk about this. Ain't no magic money disappearing.
Yeah.
This ain't
So
monopoly.
there was a so there was the money was already, I guess, out there, and I forget the commissioner that was pushing for it the hardest, but he's no longer with it with the commission. But Central Ridge District Park was supposed to get finished, and COVID came, and then it just seems like the money had to go elsewhere. There was more important stuff for it to go to, which I can understand, but I still to this day don't know where it went.
So just to be clear, there's budgets. So what Corey's talking about is like there's money for in Parks and Rec for there's a section for improvements of fields, and that probably got put towards a boat ramp or it probably got put towards this because during COVID nobody was doing sports, but
I don't like probably, Gary. I don't
What?
like probably when it come to money, because when you talk, I'm gonna tell you what, ain't no probably to them receipts. But
yeah,
listen, let's lighten up, right? But ain't no problem to them receipts now.
Yeah, I think though the problem is sometimes you have to have facts. I won't say something unless it's fact. I just because there's so many. Like we'll sit here and talk for hours, right? And we'll go through like 20 different subjects. But if I ain't got the facts, I'm not going to say them out loud because that's the most important thing. You see people talking, chatting all the time. They're spitting out nonsense and spewing just stupid stuff. If it ain't the fact, I'm not going to say it.
Okay.
But now the problem with Harp, being, and this actually got brought to the table during the whole planning of the feasibility of adding another park, or if we could make the parks that we have bigger or better. The problem is that Harp only has so much parking, so to add more fields, like right now, have you guys been there during one of 352's game days? I mean, you have to park.
You talking about over there in Homosassa?
Yeah, you have to park all the way down the street. You're parking in people's
Yeah.
yards. So what
Walk
sense
for
would it
5
make?
minutes to get to the field.
Yeah, so it was poorly designed before, and that's why it got halted. Is it wasn't properly designed for the growth 10 years down the road, 15 years down the road. So that'll never get expanded because there's not enough parking. That's and then you'd have to rebuild the bathrooms. There's only 2 stalls, and they're constantly being overused. So, and that's probably across the board. Citrus, Central Citrus is probably the closest thing to something that could be done. But again, the parking's not there either.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep, and that's what back to my point earlier is Citrus County has always been well known for being reactive over proactive.
Well, that's Gary. That's how. Listen, that's how it is in Hernando County, man. That's where I grew up. And Hernando County's the same way. Hernando County waited like probably almost 30 years to redo Tom Varn Park. Like Tom Varn Park has outgrew, like the people that go to Tom Varn Park, and like it's outgrown itself. Like it needs to get bigger somehow, some way, and I don't think they can do it. Like they use the parks behind, the state trooper office and everything over there by the community college. It's just not enough. It's just not enough for everybody to be able to utilize the fields down there. I mean, obviously, about the NFL flag down there that Drew runs. that Veterans Park is overflown with parking, just as
Yep.
bad as you guys, if not worse. And what's crazy is people drive like madman down Spring Hill Drive, and I'm surprised no one's gotten hurt yet. Walking to the game and stuff. God forbid that happens, but it's wild to me.
When-
And that's the problem around here, though, is we don't want to actually do it until it gets really bad, and then people are in uproar, and it's sad.
Okay, I got a question. I got a question for all three of you guys, real quick.
Yeah.
You guys know I ask you little kid questions sometimes, right?
Mhm.
How can we not get this kind of stuff done? And are we finding such a problem with it? Maybe not just at where we live, like Corey said, statewide, maybe nationwide. There's way more people in China, and they seem to be getting it done.
Florida's getting it done. I mean, over in St. John's by Jacksonville, they just got a $48 million complex approved. $48
Mhm.
million complex. Look at the World Equestrian Center. They just got approved for a complex there, or it just opened up or something. I was just reading about it. It's getting done. I would say Citrus County and Hernando County are the two counties that are behind the eight ball on
Yeah.
it. It's getting done.
But if you look, though, like down in South Florida, right? There's a lot of high schools that don't even have their own field. They have to actually play their games at Travis Powell. They have to go to a stadium, and they have to actually go play there, and that's why they play like on Saturdays and Saturday nights and during the day and stuff like that because of that situation. It's just all about it's about land of availability and stuff in the right land, like Gary has been saying. And it's also the county commissioners wanting to actually pull the trigger and actually going ahead and making this possible. In some ways.
It's tax dollars too, though. Let's just be honest. Get the tax dollars, man.
Mhm.
I don't know if Citrus County has tax dollars. I know we're pushing for it so dang hard, but it's money and it costs money to be nice, I guess.
Also, and by the way, too, for the back to the tournament portion of the complex, there's a whole separate government entity that's regulated by Citrus County government, but it's the TDC, the Tourist Development Council. The Tourist Development Council has a pot of money that they will invest into anything that brings in outside tourism. So that's going to be a big portion of this complex.
No,
Did his phone die?
I think Gary's phone's died.
no.
I know my phone died a couple of times. I can't even get my Bluetooth to hook up anymore.
Oh no.
Well,
How come every time we're on here, these conversations go so late in the night?
it's all good. Hey, yeah. Everybody's gonna hear it a little bit.
Oh, I love it. I love
Man.
chatting up with you guys.
Listen.
So now let me ask you a timeline question. Real time to the kids that are 8, 9, 10 years old. Is it realistic that the park could be done before they're too old to use it?
No. So here's the sad part. And I make this a point all the time. Gary, can you put your phone mute?
I got him.
I make this a point all the time. My son's now 11. I think yours are around that age too, right? My son won't reap the benefit of this as a child. Maybe towards like the end of his high school career, because we do have a high school division. My daughter will, though. My daughter's only 2. My daughter will reap the benefit of this. My son's kids one day, if he chooses to stay here, will reap the benefit of it. But unfortunately, my son's golden years, that 6 through 12, Nah, he won't get to reap the benefit of this. Maybe when he's like 15 to 18, he might see it. But that's realistic. That's not me trying to like blow smoke. That's me saying, no, dude, these things take time. They take 5 to 6 years from start to end. I mean, we started about a year and a half ago, 5 to 6 years. All right. So we're still around 4 years before this probably can even step foot on this field. Maybe more. Maybe it's another 4 to 6 years. But you know why this hasn't happened in 20 something years? Is because every time someone gets realistic, every time someone really pushes for this and they say, oh my God, so you're telling me 6 years, 8 years? Like they give up, they stop.
Yeah.
We're not stopping with this. I mean, that's the thing. You can't. If you really want to see this through, we said it earlier, the people control the power. It's the people that matter. We're the ones that do the dirty work, the behind the scenes stuff. We have to be in for the long run. We can't just say, oh, well, it's not going to happen when my kid's a kid. And it's only, you mean it can't happen in 3 to 4 years? Come on, gas pedal. No, it does not work that way. It takes time. And if we're being realistic, we probably have another 4 to 5 years. If I was optimistic, 4 to 5 years. And that's from being like, hey, you're ready to start playing games. But, you know, you have to be realistic. And if you give people false numbers, they're not going to believe in you, you know? But that's the realistic goal.
Is there any way that they could maybe implement the park in certain stages where it could speed up the process of certain things being done? Like,
If you do stages, you're going to be looking at exactly what happened to Central Ridge and Harp. Half built.
Well, so it is being done in phases. There's going to be a 5-year phase plan for the overall project. Phase 1 is going to be the multi-purpose fields, the bathroom, the parking, and the drainage retention area. Phase 2 is going to be the baseball, softball, because that does take a little bit more ingenuity with that. Phase 3 is going to be the gymnasium, and none of this is certain, by the way, guys. Everything is so. The next step from here, just FYI, is the feasibility study, like we were talking about earlier, which we feel good about. We've already helped develop a lot of it, but like I said, the county has to pay somebody to a certified civil engineer to do it.
You can't get someone to volunteer to do that.
Man,
Like,
you know what? You know what's
certified.
crazy? You know what's crazy is big shout out to local engineering. Local engineering is a civil engineer who's also involved in softball and baseball, by the way. They're out of Floral City. They actually volunteered their services and time to do the initial study and the engineering, saying you can fit 12 multi-purpose fields. You can fit 4 softball fields and 4 baseball fields. You can fit 680 parking spaces, asphalt. You can fit all this stuff. And he put it on a map. He did it, and he's actually the one that found the surveys for the property too. But because he doesn't have some type of certification, the county couldn't accept it. So.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah. I know, man. Like I said.
In it.
All right, so this man
It has to be done a certain way.
No, Corey, just you go ahead and sit back because I know you're gonna try to smooth me over. We're not doing it. This man legally does this for a living in the state of Florida. Right? That's what you're telling me?
Yeah.
And he performed the job that he gets paid to do in the state of Florida completely free for the county.
Yep.
Is that what you're telling me?
Yep. But he doesn't have a certification in sports complexes.
How long does it take to get that certification?
I don't know, man.
They don't have a certification in banking because obviously they're blowing the cash. But I don't understand that.
Don't they make the rules, Gary?
No, they don't.
Yeah, you know what? You know what's crappy, man, is like even the local politicians and the local government, they still have to report to the state, and the state has to report to the federal. So it doesn't end in Citrus County. The Citrus, I mean, you know, some of our commissioners, a lot of county staff, they're truly doing everything that they can. But just like us, you know, our hands are tied at some point, and their hands are tied at some point, and um, but listen, all we can do is keep pushing it. It's like Corey said, you know, a lot of people give up on this stuff because of the pushback and because of ridiculous things like that. So it's we're not giving up. We are not giving up. And I came in towards the tail end of the question, but I think it had to do with is our kids going to be able to see this? Yes,
Mhm.
they are. But when they're in our stage of life, you know, they'll see it towards the tail end of their youth career. But you know what? When Brody's coaching youth football one day and doing whatever he wants to do, but hopefully coaching youth football and baseball, whatever, you know, I just want him to have a good park to coach at. I want him to have a team that's proud of where they play at. You know, 'cause at the end of the day, they're still our kids. So no matter how old they are, you know, we're going to work hard to get them something to be proud of.
Yes, sir. Now I want to talk about these 12 multi-purpose fields and these. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. You know, I think
Gives everyone a
it,
little elbow room.
yeah, absolutely. I think now, okay, so how would that work with who would you guys know what the question is gonna be and the talk's gonna be. Who would control the park?
There's going to be a Citrus County Youth Athletic Board that's going to be in control of this park. That board is going to consist of somebody from each flag football, soccer, baseball, softball, tackle football. It's going to be a community driven, and it's also going to have somebody, a county representative as well. And it's also going to have a charitable member on that board as well. So now ultimately the county will have the final say, but the whole purpose of that board is to raise money to build the field, number one. Number two is to have everybody that's involved in our county in different sports leagues to have a say in it. So if it's something ridiculous and we want to bring in, you know, midgets on horses in a new youth program or something, and they're sword
Little
fighting
people
out
talk.
there, it'll take 6 out of the 10 people to vote for it, or 6 out of the 11 people to vote for it. So it'll be the most fair structure possible, and hopefully it's a home for all organizations.
And no, Aunt, I'm not going to be part of it. So don't ask and don't volunteer me.
Nick Corey told me to put your name down already.
Yeah, Gary, I'm
Keep
retired.
Dan out of there.
I'm retired.
No, man. At the end of the day, you know, who controls that? I think the people control it. The county controls it, man. I mean, look at where we started. We didn't have a park. I was actually kicked out of every single park. And then we finally got the Canto Park, and we grew there. You know. No one was really ever using that multi-purpose field. We just started using it, and then we outgrew it. And here we are now. You know. You have to start somewhere. I can't always promise it's going to be on the best of the conditions or the best fields. But if you believe in something strong enough, you don't give up. You build it. And if you make it something special, you'll show a need for it. And I think that's just something a lot of people need to remember. You know?
Yeah.
It's not easy in the beginning. It's not, man. You're going to have everyone telling you it's not possible, and you're going to have everyone telling you it's stupid. You're going to have everyone talking crap about you. But if you just stick to your own plans, you know, if you believe in God, I say God's vision. If you just think something's meant to be, You're just gonna put the blinders on. You're gonna disregard all those comments, and you're gonna do what you think is best. And if it's right, if it's meant to be, it's gonna work out. I promise you. You just don't know what timeline it's on. It could be 1 year, it could be 2 years, it could be 3 years. But if you stick with something long enough and you do it for the right reasons, it's gonna happen.
I totally agree with that.
Amen.
You're muted, Ant.
Yeah.
I was just agreeing with you. I said absolutely. I agree with you. Yeah. You know, I beat to my own drum.
That's what I like about you the most, man. I think every single person in this chat beats their own drum, man. I've never been someone that wants to fit in. I mean, I've never really been someone that wants to go with the flow. I'm not a disruptor, but I like to do things my way. And if I think that my way is the right way, I have to believe on it. You know, they say believe in something or die for everything. You know, whatever they say. That's just I don't know.
Yeah,
You gotta have a purpose.
For
By the
real.
way,
And-
Corey,
yeah. Go.
Dylan
what I was
says
getting
it
ready to
helps. Dylan says it helps when you have
What, Dylan's
the
in there?
best team behind you. He says,
Oh, I
he
do have the
comments-
best team, man. I mean, from day one to now, I have the best team. I'm so lucky. I don't know how else to say it, man. I don't know
Listen.
how we're even here in this predicament. Legends.
Listen, you don't got to butter him up.
I know.
He's going to
But
coach
I have some
basketball
of the
again.
coolest people. I mean, like grown-ups that never grew up, which is me. You know, and I think we strive to do things different. Like we don't want to be like everyone else, and it's not cliche. It's the truth. Like we try to go like over the top stupid with it. You know, like when I go out of town to these tournaments, I see these things they're doing, and granted, those are tournaments. I want to do it for my league. I want to do it for those rec kids, like those ordinary, normal kids that don't ever get an opportunity to do that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want to be like that day, like when I'm 60 years old and some kid comes up to me in the grocery store and goes, like, that was the coolest thing ever. I just want to be that
Yeah.
person. I don't
You know
need to
what
be a rich man. I just
You know
want to be
what
a happy man.
You know what I think, Corey, is really cool? What really stands out and why I'm a big part of it is, what you created. Like I said, I've been a part of Little League. I've been a part of Pop Warner, and you always have to fight to get people to volunteer, whether it's on the grill or cleanup or whatever it may be. But everyone that volunteers with 352 just wants to be there because they see the magic, they see it all happening. Dylan's like the prime example. That dude's an absolute animal. From 6 o'clock in the morning to 9 o'clock at night, and then coaching teams and then reffing, and it just takes special people like that to get behind special people like you. So
They just let anybody ref nowadays, huh?
yeah. You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes in the 5
Listen,
years,
I love
man.
Dylan, but I'd rather have Stevie Wonder out there.
I
than
got that care
Dylan
division
as my
kicking
ref.
off. I should be expecting to see all three of you helping me out with that.
What's that?
So I
don't know
started
what
the
you're
care
talking about.
division, and I didn't know that there was like an actual need for it, Ant. I would have started a long time ago if I would have known. But the care division is a division for all the sports that we offer except for tackle. Like we do it for cheer, flag, and basketball. But it's for kids with special needs, autism, or disabilities. And my initiative is to keep it completely free. So we just launched it.
Oh, that's what's up.
And like yeah. And the first day we launched it, we had 30 kids. I haven't advertised for it since because I just kind of want to have like a nice, easy launch with basketball. Like maybe do like 40 kids tops. And I want to see, but man, you should have seen the need for it, man. I didn't know that there
You
was
come
like
watch a
things
game,
like
but
this.
I'm coming to watch a game. But y'all
Yeah.
already know I
Sometimes us old school coaches need to be reminded why we do it, and I don't think there's a better way to do it than working with kids with autism, disabilities, or special needs. The purity,
Yeah.
the love of it, and like the sincerity of the hug they give you it's a quick slap in the face of why we do what we do. It's just
All right.
something special,
Now-
man.
I'm totally with you there. It's come on, Corey. Now we ain't gotta be cute right now. We got all big boys.
Corey,
10 o'clock.
Core, my
And
my
I bet
my
you'd be
question,
crying.
Core,
Might, but
Ant
I
would make his
wasn't
first
good.
connection with a kid that's never had a coach before. And Ant would be coming over to me, could give me a hug, crying on my shoulder, saying, I get it. I get it, Corey.
Nah, I'm too loud for the basketball gym. I need to be a fan.
no,
Dude,
you
I get
don't.
it. I'm not a coach in
No, you
basketball.
don't.
Yeah,
You just
I
as
don't.
bad.
My son's coach is just this wild man, and
Yeah.
he does good with the kids. Nick Marty. I don't coach basketball. I can't do it. Like you, Ant. I'm very loud. And I think we've had these conversations. I had to become a fan, and I had to learn how to become a fan because I am not a good fan, especially when my son's playing. And so, yeah, man. I don't.
You
Yeah.
were good. You were
Well,
a good parent.
look, now what we're gonna have to do, we're gonna have to do a follow-up
hmm
once they have another meeting, another couple meetings, and keep everybody informed on what they plan to do with the park situation. Because I definitely want to be kept involved at least.
I
Keep
think you used the
somebody in the know.
right word right there, Ant. Is involved. I don't want to keep you guys up to date with information. I want you guys to get more involved. I want everyone to get more involved. Um, when we talk about these multi-purpose fields, man, I think what scares a lot of people, oh, Legends are going to own it. No, man. No. We do need a home. But we're trying to build a field where we can all actually have access to. But the only way to actually do that, man, is you got to roll your sleeves up and get involved with us. That's it at the end of the day. You really want this? Come on. I mean, it's at the end of the day, it's what it's about. We've said this 3 times now. It's us. It's the people, man. We're the ones that roll our sleeves up, get dirty, and we do the behind the scenes work. We're the ones that actually make these things come reality. So it's the only way.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to schedule us to do
You're
another
muted,
night
Ant.
because we got.
No,
Can you hear
he
me?
was on.
Oh, okay.
Still
hear you.
can't hear you.
You can't hear him, but I can hear him.
I can hear Corey.
Yeah,
can hear
Ant,
Corey?
we can't hear you.
You can't hear your aunt. I can hear Ant. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we
He
can hear you.
gone. Hey, Nick, is this a good time
I
to
think
cut?
so. Something definitely happened to Corey's.
I
mic.
haven't heard Nick in like an hour. Are you still live, or did you just put on an
Yes.
AI? No,
Can
you're
you hear
muted
me?
too.
No.
No,
I
Corey's
can't hear
mic-
you.
Log out.
Corey's headphones died or something.
Yeah. I'm gonna remove him and then get back. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay, good. It was Corey. Corey is in his bad headphones that he got from, Timu.
Am I the only one that can't hear these guys?
Can
He
y'all
can't-
hear me now?
Tell him to
I
get
can
off
hear
Bluetooth.
you, Gary, perfectly fine.
I can hear you, Ant.
Corey, your headphones died.
No, I'm listening to you through my headphones.
No, I
He
can
said
hear
he could hear
Gary.
us.
I can hear Gary. I can hear Corey. I can hear all of you.
No, I can't
Can
hear
anybody-
Nick, though. I can hear you,
Oh, you
Gary,
can hear
perfectly fine.
Corey, do you hear
Like,
me?
Gary, I hear everything you're saying. I wasn't
I can
listening.
hear you,
I
Ant.
couldn't hear Ant, and I can't hear Nick.
Corey, log out. Gary,
And
tell
it's
him to
going
log
through
out
my
and then come back.
headphones.
Nick, you might have him muted.
Yeah.
No.
Here, I'll take my headphones out.
I think he's logging out.
All right. Can you hear me? Can
Me?
you hear us now? No.
Oh,
Corey.
Corey.
Yeah, I can hear Nick
Yeah.
again.
Okay. So it was your damn headphones from Timu.
What's
Okay. That's your background from
Everybody
Gary's
hear me?
phone. I can hear you, Ant.
Can Gary hear me?
Gary, can you hear Ant?
I
Oh.
cannot hear Ant. No.
Log out, Ant, and then come back in.
Yeah, I can't hear Ant or Nick, only Gary.
Gary, tell him to log out and then
Corey,
log back in.
log out, then log back in.
Oh.
He said, "All right, just me and you now, Nick."
Listen, now we can ask the hard questions.
All right.
All right. So, hey, did you grow up? You grew up around Citrus Spring or Citrus, right?
Yeah, I was born and raised in Homosassa, and then
Okay.
right out of high school. I did a lot of traveling. I worked for sports and entertainment venues. So I was with the Orlando
Mhm.
Magic, the Memphis Grizzlies, the Buccaneers, all the Bruton Smith NASCAR tracks, PGA of America. Lived in Puerto Rico for a little while,
Where'd you
and
live at
moved
down there,
back
Coach?
home, and decided it's the place I want to be.
Did you hear Ant?
I can't hear it now.
No.
Oh
you didn't hear what he
man,
said?
that's crazy.
What do you say?
Ask him where he
He
lived in
asked,
Puerto Rico.
He said, "Where'd you live in Puerto Rico?"
Guanaba.
Guanaba.
Yeah.
He
Ask
said
him his
Guanaba.
favorite food from down
I
there.
worked for a company called
can hear him.
Gasolina. It was a party in a pouch.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was an alcohol brand. When they launched it, it's big in Puerto Rico, and when they launched it in the States, I was the business development director for them. But they wanted me to learn their culture and learn what made their product so great in Puerto Rico, and try to establish that here in the States. But basically, it was a alcoholic Capri Sun, so it was very difficult to launch here safely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
What is it,
so
30 bucket? Yeah.
Gary, what was your favorite meal down there?
Oh man. All right. It's a plantain based
Mm-hmm.
seafood on top. What's it called?
It's like a
Oh my god. It's
ask him if
honestly
it's
my
like
favorite dish.
ask him if
overall.
it's like a pancake.
Is it like a pancake?
No,
Ant said no.
it's got rice.
So that plantain. It was plantain base.
Yeah.
Listen, I love me some plantains.
Me too,
So,
man.
Like Mazark Town Cafe down off 41, going towards Spring Hill and stuff. They had amazing plantains. So
You know where we ate at last night? Actually, I worked at the original one before it burned down, but Margarita Grill in Homosassa.
Mhm. Yeah.
The Churrasco steak, and it comes with the plantains.
Mhm.
Insane, man.
Are we
Yep.
finally on food?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. Jesus, man. Why does it always take so long to get to food?
Because we like to get to the hard stuff first, and then we do the breakdown stuff, So, anywho, Gary, give us like 3 restaurants, mom and pop restaurants around here that you like to go to, and give us a dish that you like to get.
All right. Seafood Cellar, Crystal River.
Yeah, okay.
The gator sausage and crawfish mac and cheese.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite dishes around. Margarita Grill, the Churrasco is absolutely insane.
Okay.
They've also got a really good sakanaki, the flaming fried goat cheese.
Yeah. Yep.
That's really good too. And Dylan just texted me. It's called mofongo. Is that dish that I was talking about?
Dylan's always
he's so
watching
clutch.
Hey, if you didn't know, Nick and Aunt
so
Dylan watches
clutch.
your shows.
He's so clutch. Yeah,
Dylan, what's
Dude,
up, my boy?
I gotta introduce you guys to Dylan one of these days.
All right, so my third dish and third mom and pop restaurant is going to be Kim's Cafe.
Okay.
And they have a crab cake. What's the egg called when they
Benedict.
Yes, yeah, it's a crab cake egg Benedict, and it's insane. It's a special item that they have, but it's became so popular that they leave it on their special board all the time.
Okay.
But it's so good.
Now, was it Ant, you good? We good with questions and all that, right?
Yeah, they
Oh,
can't hear me
one
anyway.
last one. I got one last food
I
item.
know.
though.
Okay, give me one last
It's-
food item, and then I'm gonna ask
sorry.
you something else. You're
the
good.
Loft Bar and Grill, the prime rib burger.
Okay.
It is one of the best burgers in town.
Okay. Well, we'll have to venture on that one day, Corey.
I think
Me
we
and
got
Corey
something
have
coming.
Me
Me and Nick been having an
Corey
argument
have
for about 3
argued.
weeks about who has the best burger. I
Yeah.
think we're just gonna put it
Who
to the
has the
test.
best burger?
One bite
Gary,
challenge.
you've been around for a while.
Yeah, man. Oh yeah.
You've been around
Best
for a while. Who's got the best burger around?
Well. Hold on before you answer that. It's gotta be.
No.
Mom and pop, where we're separating corporate businesses.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just
I
gotta
agree.
make sure because
Yeah. The Loft.
it
It's
changes
the
my
Loft,
answer.
The prime rib burger, hands down, no questions asked.
Mm.
I have to agree. Yeah,
Okay.
that it's just that good.
I'm a Chubby Chuck guy when it comes to a burger station. You know, the sweet potato fries with the, side
Yeah.
of marsh.
It's
fluff.
that steak burger. You like that
Uh,
steak burger?
Listen, it comes with 3 patties. The Chubby Chuck is not a joke.
I can't fit
it's for
3
men
patties in my
only.
mouth.
Well, that's your problem, not
You
mine.
know how embarrassed
You
I
have,
have to be? Like,
little
you ever been to
junior
Five
Whopper
Guys?
hands.
You ever been to Five Guys? I gotta order the little cheeseburger. It's not a fucking little cheeseburger. It's a regular cheeseburger, but they call it little cheeseburger, and I have to order that because that's like what a little guy eats.
Listen.
No,
I'm glad Stevie
Don't
Wonder
let
sees
them
what
play
I
on the
see.
mental, coach.
Am I the only one that can't hear Ant right now?
Probably.
I can hear Ant now.
Yeah.
I feel so empty. I can't hear him.
Well, listen. There's one thing. Listen, there's one last thing I want to ask Gary, and then we're gonna end this so I can go eat some cheesecake. I got a birthday boy today. He's turned
happy birthday.
16 on 420. So
That's
happy
too cool.
420, everybody. So, Gary, what are
Comment.
3 things that you're thankful for?
What was that?
What are 3 things you're grateful for?
Family,
Mm-hmm.
friends,
Okay.
sports,
Okay.
youth sports.
All right.
I'll be
Youth sports.
honest with you guys. I'll be very honest with you. I'm not the biggest sports guy, professional sports. I enjoy watching that stuff, but there's something very, very, very special about youth sports, especially the age where the kids don't give a damn about the score. It's really cool. Especially the excitement that they get, and then we had one of the younger brothers practice with us tonight, and he was going against the big boys, and dude, everything that he did, whether it was drop the ball or completely just overstab a flagpole on little Nikolai Jenkins, smile ear to ear just because he was out there playing with us. That's it's special, man.
It's
It's
about.
really special.
Yep. Well, with that being said, hey, everybody have a good night. I appreciate you coming on. We'll have to have you and Corey come on again, when, couple weeks from now or so, or whenever we get an update on this park situation, and then go from there.
Burger bite
Awesome.
challenge.
Burger bite. The burger bite breakdown.
Challenge.
All right. Y'all have a good night. Peace out.
See you, buddy.
Thanks, guys.